Has this ever happened to you?
Well then, I may just have the perfect solution for you. It only takes one quick look at me to tell that I am a very heavy-set gentleman. So it comes as to no surprise that many office chairs have failed me over the years. So that's why I am reviewing the Serta Smart Layers Jennings office chair. Alright, so let's get down to business. There's two main reasons why an office chair fails over the course of its lifetime. One, the foam. Let's think about this for a second. An office chair has to provide some sort of comfort to you. What's the first thing that goes? The foam. Foam it's malleable, and when you keep it compressed, it doesn't like to bounce given enough time. So then you get stuck with a chair that doesn't feel comfortable. Serta's got your back, because in this chair, it's not just relying on foam. In fact, it's got a clever little trick that they kind of took from the mattress industry. Well, them being Serta, after all. It utilizes microcoils. So think about it like this. The typical mattress that you find has a series of coils in there that compress and uncompress depending on how much pressure is on it, right? Well, there's something called microcoils. Think of it like the same thing, but a bit smaller. But let's get into the real meat and potatoes as to why people get rid of their office chairs. It's the gas lift. Now, somewhere along the way of society, we got tired of these things called spin lifts. So basically a giant chunk of metal that has threads, much like a screw, that you would spin it around and it would either go up or down, kind of like those old-fashioned bar stools. We decided as a society that that was too much work, so we have these things called gas lifts. Now, it utilizes a gas piston. Go figure. And when you pull up on the lever and there's no pressure applied to the top, it goes up. Now, this seems like an elegant solution to really not that big of a problem if you think about it. However, how many times have you sat on a chair like so, and then no prompting whatsoever from the chair, it suddenly starts to now things are a problem. And this often happens because the gas lift has broken. So why do they break? Here's the unfortunate reality of the situation. Office chairs have a specified max weight limit. Now, if you are of a healthy BMI, body mass index, chances are you don't exceed the weight limit of any particular office chair, except some really, really cheap ones, because most office chairs have a weight limit of about 200 pounds. Now, that being said, it only takes one quick look at me to determine that I don't fit in that category. No, instead, I am like many Americans who have a bit of squish to them. So, what is a man like me to do? Well, I look at the specifications of the chair, and that's what ultimately led me to this one. The Jennings has a specified weight limit of, get this, 400 pounds. Now that is something that works for me because I am 315 pounds. So it only makes sense to get a chair that's rated for something a bit more than myself in order to ensure that the components that the chair is made of can withstand some heavy use from yours truly. But wait, there's more. Because it's not just the recommended weight capacity that you have to take into consideration when getting an office chair. No, it's never that simple, is it? There's also what they recommend as to the maximum amount of hours you should use your chair per day. Because if you go outside that zone, now they can't guarantee you'll get proper support and comfort. Now, a lot of cheap chairs are rated around 2 to 4 hours a day, which that doesn't make for a good office chair, not if you're working. So the higher end chairs usually offer somewhere between 8 and 10 hours per day, such as this one. So that should get you through your 8-hour workday plus 2 hours worth of change with reasonable amounts of comfort. But Andrew, I hear you say, I don't want to spend $300 on an office chair. That's so expensive. Well, let me stop you right there. The chair comes with a 10-year limited warranty. Now, as to what that warranty covers is important, because for the first 3 years, it covers pretty much everything except normal wear and tear. But I never trust just what I read on a sheet of paper. I actually called, and get this, it's not even Serta, honestly. It's a company called True Innovations. They're the ones who manufacture this chair. Essentially, Serta says, hey, here's our specifications, stick our name on it and sell it. The pump, I'm told, by the representative I spoke to, is supposed to be under that 10-year warranty. There's other things to consider. This does have some adjustability to it. So, right here, I can move it up, down. There's a little button that allows you to go up and down depending on how you like it. I like to get my arms kind of like this. It keeps it at a comfortable level for me, but that's a nice little thing about this is you can adjust that part. Also, going backwards. Now, like most office chairs, there's a lock. So that way you don't just, whoa, because how many of us have ever done that and thought, oh crap, I'm going to fall. Don't worry. The center of gravity on the chair seems to be good even at my weight. Oh, see, I can lean all the way back, legs up, put my hands up like this, try and get as much weight on the side, I can wiggle around. I'm good. So it's comfy. Nice. Now that being said, here's one thing that I think they could have done better. Let's get back to those coils. See, a coil can have varying spring compression properties. So, for a chair that's rated for up to 400 pounds, I expected the coils to have a bit more resistance to compression. I get it. Microcoils are a type of foam replacement, and they do a good job. But I think that if I'm really trying to tell, at 315 pounds, I am bottoming out this chair. That's a strike on Serta. They should definitely offer this chair with a much more resilient coil, one that's not going to compress as easily with weight. Because I really do think that if you're like in the 250 pound range, you're not going to bottom out this chair. And if you don't, it really is very comfortable. So at the end of the day, one simple question remains. Should I buy this chair? In my opinion, yes. Just remember to keep your original purchase receipts. That is not an option. You will need that. And for a chair that has a 10-year warranty, keep it somewhere safe. But that's pretty much it for this review, guys. This chair, despite some minor flaws, I think is actually pretty good.